Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Astro Jack for Pluto Boy Astrology, and I'm doing my first ever um, astrology school. So I love astrology, and I thought it'd be a great time to help you guys love it too, and actually start looking at your own chart. And like, there's so much information on your birth chart that is at your disposal. That people don't realise. So I thought, like, I'm gonna do a regular series where I'm gonna break down your chart, man, and I'll probably use my charts actually, to give examples as to how to read it. Everyone's like, when you tell people you do astrology, like, oh yeah, I know my star sign. I'm like, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a Pisces. I was like, no, bitch, you're not a Sagittarius. That's just where the sun was the day you was born. And that is amazing information to have, because basically where the sun is the day you're born, that's fine, that's great. That's literally like a slither of information of what makes up your chart and how you can make decisions, how you can find out your life purpose, your life partner, what you should be doing, why you attract certain people, why it is that turns you, literally everything's on your birth chart. It's your soul's DNA as to why you're even reincarnated on this planet. So I'm gonna go through it I'm gonna break it down like dead simple, like through these classes. So I thought today I would talk about your ascendant, your sun sign. So your sun, everyone knows the sun sign. So like say like me, for example, I'm born on the 22nd of January. So that makes me an Aquarius. So yeah, the sun was in Aquarius the day that I was born. So that means that my chart will have an Aquarian flavour to it. So I'll do things in an Aquarian type energy, in an Aquarian type way. But even where the sun sits in your chart is really important. So when I show you the diagram of a birth chart in a second, you can see that your birth chart is made up of 12 sections, and each section's got its own little meaning. So my chart, for example, my sun will sit in the 5th house, as you'll see in a minute. And the 5th house is ruled by Leo, so that makes me like, even though I'm an Aquarius, it makes me very Leo-esque. So that makes me really showy, it can make me really loud, I like to be centre of attention, it likes to make me use social media platforms, and the people with the sun in the 5th house, I like to have a lot of fucking fun, because the 5th house is about fun, and if you know me, my life is all about having fun, but in an Aquarian type way. It's like by doing things that are a bit different, by being a bit unique, by being a bit of an individual and doing my own thing. So that's one of the ways the sun will play out in your own chart as well. So if you can go on to like astro.com, which is free, and you just put in your birth details, put in your date of birth. You need to know your birth time as well. It's really important. Your birth time is usually on like your birth certificate, or ask one of your parents or guardians about your birth time and your location of birth. So for example, it doesn't have to be like the exact fucking coordinates. Like, as long as you know what area you were born in, that's cool, and that'll set up your whole chart. So your sun, everyone knows their sun. You need to find out where the sun sits in your chart. So what's important to, so where the sun is, that's your life force. So for me, example, my life force sits in the 5th house. The 5th house is all to do with hobbies, dating, fun, kids, your inner child. It's about partying. It's about multiple dating, and that is very much true for me, because even though I'm an Aquarius, because it's in that 5th house, my life force of chart is all to do with making money through my creativity and by being creative. And I do that through dance, I do that through my astrology work, I do that through my hobbies and things. Someone who has their sun in the 1st house, for example, they might make their money through their physical body, and by doing like, that can be quite sporty, they can be quite active, they can be self-employed as well, and they might use their body to make money through sport, for example. Someone who has their sun in the 4th house, they could have put their, because the 4th house is to do with the home, so your 4th house will be to do with like your family as well. So if your sun falls into that 4th house, this will have your energy, your life energy focuses on family, on home. It can make you into a property development as well. And with the life force being in your fourth house, the sun can also represent your father or masculine figure or adult figures or parental figures in your life as well. So yeah, mine falls in the fifth house. So I have very eccentric parents as well. The fifth house, ruled by Aquarius, can give you eccentric parents. My parents are hella fucking eccentric. They're very different and unique in their own individual ways. This is very true with having that sun thing. So you can just see, just by having like one little position in the chart, yes, I'm an Aquarius, but how that Aquarius energy falls in your chart and how it interacts with other parts of your chart as well is very, very indicative of like how you will come across as a person. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up my chart and we'll have a look at it together, and we'll talk about your sun, which we've just done a bit your sun today, your ascendant. So your ascendant sign is your most important, well, one of the most important, that's your actual sign. Your ascendant is your soul sign. So and the ascendant changes every 2 hours every day, so you need to know your birth time to know your ascendant. So going to astro.com, type in your details, it'll give you your chart, it'll give you your ascendant, your sun sign, which you know anyway, you should know, and your moon sign. Your moon sign is one of the most important signs in your chart. Your moon, like I'm a Capricorn moon, so Capricorn moon people are all about making money, they're all about financial stability. Capricorn moon people can be seen as cold because they're very guarded with their emotions, but actually they're very emotive, but they like to solve problems and solve your problems and solve their own problems as well, as opposed to someone who's a Cancer moon, for example, who will cry about their problems. Even like I said before, your moon sign is very, like your sun sign, your moon, every single sign is important as to where it falls. So yes, my moon is in Capricorn, as you'll see in a second. However, that Capricorn moon falls in the fourth house of home, so it makes me very close with my family. People have the moon in the fourth house. The fourth house, like I said to you before, is about home and family, kind of very close family unit, and also it falls into the fourth house is traditionally ruled by Cancer. So actually, yes, I am very guarded with my emotions, but I'm not afraid to show my emotion as well. I'm in that Cancerian energy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop up my chart, I'm going to have a quick look at it, and then you can look at your own chart as well as to how the placements fall. If you want me to look at your chart in depth, I charge for that as well, so I can give an astrology reading, a birth chart reading, so just hit me up. So what I'll do, I'll click on my chart and have a quick look at it. This is the birth chart, this is my birth chart. Everyone will have a circular birth chart, so go into astro.com, put in your details, it'll give you your birth chart. So your first house here, which is number 1, and you see where it says AC, that's your ascendant. So, and this is all the signs will be around the outside here. So my ascendant is in Libra. So actually, even though I'm born on an Aquarius day on the 22nd of Jan, the time that I was actually born, Libra was in the sky, and the energy of Libra was on the eastern horizon, and the exact time I was born. So I'm actually a Libra rising, I'll call it. So whatever sign you've got here in your first house, that'll be your actual sign. So I'm a Libra rising. So Libra risings can be classed as very graceful, which is what I do through dance, and they make good hairdressers as well. Libras do, which is something that I've done in the past as well. Libras are supposed to be one of the most beautiful signs in the zodiac, and people tell me that I'm beautiful, so I'm gonna take that. Yeah, Libras have really fair and soft skin, really good bodies as well, because they are ruled by Venus. So Libra people are ruled by Venus, so they're really into love and relationships, and one of their soul missions is to connect with others and to be loved by others. And Libras like to be liked, they like to be loved, and they like to be, have a lot of friends and friendship groups around them, which is something that I do actually have. So that's your first house. I mean, obviously you can see I've got a lot of planets in my first house. Not everyone will have those. Everyone's chart will be different. But if you do have planets in your first house, it can tell you this will tell you about your physical body. So I've got Mars in the first. People who have Mars in the first, especially in Libra, can tend to be very muscular, and they have really good abs. which I do actually have. I have Saturn in the first house. Saturn is a planet of restriction, and the planet of freezing, the planet of aging as well. So people who have Saturn in the first house can tend to look a lot younger than they are, because it freezes. Literally, Saturn is like fucking Botox. Saturn will freeze your face, make you look a lot younger than you are. I have that in my chart, and people think I'm a lot younger than I am. When you're growing up as a child, though, having Saturn in the first can make you look older than you are, and so this has an age reversal as you get older. I also have Pluto there, as you can see. The P is for Pluto, and where it's 22, that's Saturn. And we'll talk about the numbers later on as you get more advanced in your astrology. But yeah, Pluto in the first house can have you covered in tattoos, like Little Wayne has. Libra is a Libra rising, and he has like similar planets, and he's covered in tattoos too. A lot of Pluto in the first house people will be covered in tattoos, be really alternative looking, which I am, and have multiple piercings and stuff. So that's very indicative of people who have Saturn and Pluto and Mars in the first house. As you can see, my sun's in the fifth house, like I explained before. There's the sun there. I have the sun next to Venus as well, so it makes me really into love and relationships as well. It can mean that you like dining out, going out for dinner quite a lot, which I do because the fifth house rules restaurants as well. And the fifth house just rules dating and in general. So my chart ruler is Venus, because I'm a Libra, and Libra's ruled by Venus. So my chart ruler, the ruler of my chart, is in the fifth house of fun, love, sex, dating, creativity, art, dance, etc., which is my entire life basically. So that's really, really indicative, I think, and really telling. So as you can see, even though I'm an Aquarius sun, where your sun falls will tell you a lot about you and your chart. My moon is here in the fourth house of Capricorn. Capricorn rules my fourth house. Your moon can tell you what your relationship with your mother can be like as well, or your maternal figures in your life. So having the moon in Capricorn can give you a working mom. So my mom wasn't really around when I was growing up because she was always at work, and she still is the same now. She's always a workaholic. Capricorn moons, those mothers can be workaholics. They can be a bit cold and distant. My mum doesn't really show emotion, show feelings, and that's very much true of Capricorn moon. It can make the person who has them, like me, for example, I have a Cap moon. It can make them very like wise and old before their time. So they can, growing up, they might not have had like a fun childhood, but as they get older, they'll become more and more wild, which is obviously what I've done, definitely. Yeah, Capricorn moon, it can, especially in the fourth house, make you really close to female figures. I have loads in my life. I'm surrounded by women, even though I'm gay. I literally have so many important female figures in my life because of this Capricorn moon in the fourth house. So you can see where the moon in your chart can make a massive impact on you and how you are and how you feel and how you emote, and how you like to nurture yourself. So I like, with the moon being in Capricorn, I like to have financial stability. I like to have money coming in, because Capricorn's all about money and stability as well. So that's a quick mini lesson today, and we'll pick up tomorrow, your next lesson, where I'll talk about some of the other planets in the chart as well. So I hope you found that really interesting. If you want me to look at your chart or other people's charts and stuff, hit me up, and I can look at your chart for you. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you very, very, very soon.